Hi there, welcome back to our tutorial series on YouTube brought to you by the O3 Schools JAMB app. And if this is your first time of coming across our videos, know that O3 Schools JAMB app is an app designed to help O-level students with their examinations. So whatever examination you have coming up as an O-level student, download the O3 Schools JAMB app to help you with your preparations. So in our today's class, we're going to look at baptism and temptation of Jesus. The baptism and the temptation of Jesus, starting with the baptism, is some shitty marker. The baptism of Jesus is recorded in the books of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. They have similar accounts of Jesus' baptism, just minor differences. So, Jesus came from Galilee to the river Jordan to be baptized by John the Baptist. When John saw Jesus, he tried to stop him, telling him that it was Jesus that was supposed to baptize John and not the other way around. But Jesus told John to permit it for now to fulfill all righteousness. So Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist, and immediately he came out of the water, the heavens opened, and the Spirit of God descended on Jesus like a dove, and a voice from heaven said, "This is my beloved Son." Capital M. In whom I am well pleased. This is how it is written in Matthew's account, while in Mark and Luke you have, "You are my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." So this is for Matthew and this is for Mark. Also in Luke's account, Jesus had already been baptized, and it was while he was praying that the heavens opened and the Spirit descended upon him like a dove, and a voice from heaven said this. That's for Jesus' baptism. Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist, and although John tried to stop Jesus, Jesus asked him to permit it to fulfill all righteousness. Then we look at the temptation of Jesus. Recorded in Matthew and Luke chapter 4. Matthew chapter 4, Luke chapter 4. Again, similar accounts, but just minor differences. Now, immediately after the baptism of Jesus, he was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, where he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. He was hungry when the tempter came to him first in the wilderness. The first temptation. Now the devil told him that if he was the Son of God, if you are the Son of God, command that these stones turn into bread. And Jesus answered the devil, quoting the scriptures in Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 3. Jesus told the devil, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God." Then the devil then took Jesus to the pinnacle of the temple, in the holy city. There the devil said to Jesus, "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge over you. In their arms they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone." So the devil was now quoting the scriptures now in Psalms 91 verse 11 to Jesus. And Jesus also quoted from the scriptures again in Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 16. Jesus told the devil that it is written, "You shall not tempt the Lord your God." Again, the devil did not stop there. He took Jesus to the top of an exceedingly high mountain. There he showed Jesus all the kingdoms of the world and their glories. He then told Jesus to fall down and worship him in exchange for all of that. So he was going to give Jesus the kingdoms and all the glories if Jesus would bow down and worship him. Once again, Jesus quoted from the scriptures in Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 13. Jesus said to the devil, "It is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and only him you shall serve." After these 3 temptations, the devil departed from Jesus and angels came and ministered to him. Now, like I said, Matthew and Luke's accounts are similar. The only difference is that in Luke, the temptation at the high mountain came before the temptation at the pinnacle of the temple. So in Matthew, this is the order of the temptation. But in Luke, you have the wilderness first, then the top of an exceedingly high mountain, and then the pinnacle of the temple, coming last. So these are the temptations of Jesus. Now, Jesus was tempted to demonstrate his humanity, to show us that no one is above temptation. Now, we'll look at some questions that have been previously asked on baptism and temptation of Jesus. But before we go in there, please don't forget to like this video, comment if you have questions or suggestions, and also subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss out when new classes are uploaded. Now, here's a question. Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist, A, to fulfill the prophecy about him, B, so that the heavens could open up blessings for all believers, C, to fulfill all righteousness, D, so that the Holy Spirit could descend on him, C, it was to fulfill all righteousness. When John the Baptist was trying to refuse to baptize Jesus because Jesus was higher than him, Jesus told him to permit it to fulfill all righteousness. So the correct answer there is option C. Jesus' reply to the devil's first temptation of him was, A, him only you shall serve, B, man shall not live by bread alone, C, you shall not tempt the Lord your God, D, you shall worship the Lord your God. The first temptation was that Jesus should turn stones to bread. So Jesus' reply was that man shall not live by bread alone, option B. Jesus' reply to the devil's command to throw himself down from the pinnacle of the temple was, A, man shall not live by bread alone, B, you shall not tempt the Lord your God, C, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only you shall serve, D, he will give his angels charge over you. Jesus' reply was that you shall not tempt the Lord your God, option B. Satan promised to give Jesus all the kingdoms of the world if he would, A, turn stones to loaves of bread, B, throw himself down from the pinnacle of the temple, C, bow down and worship him, D, perform a miracle, C, bow down and worship him. Satan promised to give Jesus all the kingdoms of the world if Jesus would just bow down and worship him, but Jesus refused, telling him that you shall serve only the Lord your God. So if you haven't downloaded the O3 Schools JAMB app, please don't forget to download the O3 Schools JAMB app and activate.